Alright, well, here's a sneak peek at the other shoe. It's wrapped in gauze because I was putting the whatchamacallit on the day-night sole. And I just was... I mean, if you're working in a factory and you're doing real shoemaking, you have like a inflatable thing that you put your shoe down on, and then like a device comes in, presses it in there and presses it right here so it doesn't mess up the shape of the shoe, and then the thing inflates down at the bottom and pushes the outsole onto the shoe as it dries. But I don't have that because that's expensive, so I have gauze. So I just bought some cheap gauze off Amazon, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I haven't done this on the other shoe yet, but if you're buying gauze, try to buy the stuff that attaches to itself. This gauze doesn't self-adhere to itself, so I had to tie this like knot at the end of it. But the gauze that I stole out of my first aid kit when I first did it, whenever you wrap it on itself, it grips into its own self, so it's much easier to work with in terms of getting it to stick to the shoe and hold the shape. But that's another story. Here's the shoe we just did with the shank dried in there. Hopefully it's in the right spot relative to the other one. Consistency, huh? You can see there's still the missing thing. Boot hook. Sorry, doing too many things at once. I can't concentrate. Here's the boot hook setter tool. Shit, this thing's stuck on that magnet like a motherfucker. So yeah, you can put the boot hook around, like the thing around that, so it doesn't collapse the hook when you're hitting it. There's a little anvil. Put on this lighter magnet up here so I can pull it off next time. Okay, so time to put some cork into this bad boy. Basically, because we're going to be cutting the shoe right there, that's where our cork line we want it cork all the way up to that point. Probably should have set this back a little bit further. Oh well. So we have these cork sheets, and at some point I had scissors, but I guess I don't really need scissors. I can do it with just tearing. You want to just basically tear off pieces of cork that are going to fill this stuff. I wish I have thicker cork, but it's not self-adhesive. And you just want to get it, we're just trying to make this flat with cork. So I'm just trying to kind of get in there. I'm going to hammer this down in a second. Try to really get it in there. Because the two layers of leather right here are going to make a bit of a cavity. And basically, we just don't want that cavity because it'll just collapse once you start wearing the shoes. So you need something in there. And cork is good because it'll move and shape and sand away easily. Some people do it with leather, I think. But I think cork is the more traditional way to do it. Probably should get more cork down that little wedge right there. Anyway, you can get that in there, and then you can come here with a flat rawhide hammer. Really get it in there. I do wish I had that slurry stuff that I was talking about in the last video. It would be much easier if I could just fill this space with some kind of pasty material, especially coming in on the sides of this shank. I'm sure I'm doing something very wrong. This is one of those parts that, like, when I see other people do corking on videos, I feel like I'm doing it a little bit wrong. I feel like people are using thicker cork, and like theirs comes out looking so clean, and mine comes out looking so terrible. I think they're, you know, putting more care into cutting it properly. But they're also making shoes to sell. I'm making shoes that I'm going to be wearing myself, so I'm not as concerned, as we've talked about many times here. I don't think it's going to change the structural capacity of the shoe. It's just going to, if you're making a video, you're trying to sell these shoes, no one's going to like watch this video and be like, shit, I want to buy a pair of those. Look how haphazardly that guy put that cork in there. That's some craftsmanship. No. But if you are selling it, you're going to want to be measuring and cutting, especially for that first video. Who knows how much actual measuring they do after that. I mean, I would imagine they're still measuring it out properly, but who knows. But yeah, let's fill this up as much as we can. We just really don't want any cavities. I think it's still like on video, yeah. This is all self-adhesive cork. I probably should be buying cork from some sort of actual shoe place. This is just off Amazon. I don't even know what they make it for. I think the other one I bought was for cork boards, I think. But this is, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you stick it to the wall and you pin stuff. Pin like your little awards and shit to it. I don't know. Who knows? I wonder if you can grind up a wine cork. Make like your own cork paste out of ground up wine corks would be a good way to recycle that. Because I drink a lot of wine. There's a little dent in the back. Just want to get this all nice and flat. I mean, this is going to get making such a mess, my workstation. I swear my workstation got clean for a little bit in between videos, and then immediately got messy again because I need a huge toolbox out here. I have no place to store everything. I have like these magnetic strips here. I have a bunch of magnetic strips for storing the tools like I'm working with like at the moment, but it's just not good for like long-term storage of things. You want a place to put all the tools that you're not using as regularly. Like, I don't need to have all these like cotton daubers out here. I should have a drawer of cotton daubers. But then like workspace cleanup time takes away from shoemaking time. So my goal is to finish these shoes, then do some workspace design, then work on my sandals, and then, I don't know. That was weird. I thought my phone just buzzed in my pocket, but it's not in my pocket. It's on that tripod right there, being watched, or watching me. There's a little gap right there. I think I can fill. I think I'm actually doing a better job on this one than I did on the last one, which is saying a lot about that last one. But yeah, let's give it a whack. So I don't really know if there's supposed to be cork up here. I couldn't find a proper video on making stitch down boots, which is part of the reason I made a video about stitch down boots. Most of my knowledge is coming from how to do hand welted boots, and then also filling in the blanks by just other people doing stitch down boots on Reddit, and then just reading their posts and asking questions and seeing their like albums of like stuff that they whack my finger again. How do I whack my finger so much? Only when I'm making fucking videos. I hope I took out that nail back there. Yeah, I did. I've not taken out this nail yet. Thankfully it sticks up enough that I don't think I could forget it if I wanted to. There's a little dip right there. So, but yeah, I'm just kind of filling in the blanks with how I think it should be, and then passing that knowledge on to you, which could be creating other people making shoes incorrectly. But hey, I never said I was a role model. I'm here to win, not make friends. Okay. So this looks like a decent. I'm gonna put one little strip of cord right there down the side. And hopefully next time I'm gonna figure out a better way to do this cork. But for now, that's how I'm doing it. I don't feel like buying new stuff, and I don't feel like waiting on new stuff to arrive and having to try new techniques. All right. Corked up. And then now we're coming over here, like that maneuver, sort of, to the belt sander. Let's see if I can move the camera. This is not going to be a great video, just because I don't want to get sand all up in it, but basically the belt sander is going this way. It's coming over the top like that, so that's why I have it in the vertical thing, because I'm going to flatten out this heel, and I want the sanding to pull the leather that way. I want it to come against it to flatten out. I don't want it to pull that way because it could get caught underneath the lip of that and pull it up. So I want it to go with the way that the leather is being pulled. I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to be able to do during this. But it's important to wear one of these, I'm pretty sure, while doing this, because it's going to kick a lot of shit into the air. So if my voice gets muffled, that's me putting on this stupid thing. And it's also important to protect your eyes. Unfortunately, I don't have any great eye protection. I had some glasses somewhere. I have no idea what happened to them. Some clear safety glove goggles. I swear, like I don't know where to put them. I don't even know why I have them. I don't know where they came from. I don't know where they went. It's one of those things that maybe I'll find when I clean up. But for now, hopefully I'm talking loud enough still. I'm just gonna wear Ray-Bans. Provide a little bit of help, I guess, huh? Keep things directly out of my eyes. Also, like these bags of trash back here. This is real nice, huh? The trash is over on the other side of the garage, and the car is blocking it, so you have to open the garage every time you take the trash out. So sometimes I just set it here, and then I wait till the next time I open the garage, move the trash, which is gross. But working with a small space. Alright, let's plug in this. This can get real loud. There's all this white shit on here. Pieces of plastic from, I was grinding down a plastic last for making my slippers. It was kind of a boxy toed last, and so I ground it down to be a little more sleek. We'll see how that goes. But let's see if I can get this going. I think it should still be okay. Basically, we want this to come in. So when it sits on this, it's gonna not show the peg. You can see a little bit of peg back there. That might just be one of those things we have to live with. Dark that up a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty flat. This part over here is a little concerning. It's going to show a little bit. I'm going to paint those guys black probably. Just because, I don't know, you can see it kind of tucked in. That little bit of ridge, it kind of tucks in right there a little bit more. I think just because some of the, oh, take this off. Take off my safety gear. You can see it tucks in a little bit more right there. Mainly because I think part of just the leather got folded up more in there. You see where we hit the shank, it sparked up a little bit on there. Fine. Got a nice flat inside right here. But yeah, so all in all, I think it looks alright. I wish that had gotten a little bit flatter right there, but there's like, you know, that balancing game with, you don't want to go like right here, you don't want to go too low that you're going to compromise the structure versus you know, getting it as flat as you want. I think this is the good compromise. It's flat, it'll be fine. It'll, let's see. When we nail that in, it's gonna look pretty good. It's like right there. This is a little bit concerning right here, but hopefully it'll really press in there and hide that up. But I do have that black dye. I don't know where it went though. It went somewhere. It's fivings. Is that what they call it? Is that how you pronounce it? Fivings black dye. And there's edge coat. It's the same difference. I'm gonna use edge coat instead. Edge coat's actually easier to clean up if you make a mistake. And since it's not going to be in a spot that's taking a ton of wear, the edge coat, I think I actually used edge coat on the other one too. I decided that was a better idea, just because of the way it was. But yeah, feel free to turn off this video now if you don't feel like watching me edge coat, but I'm going to keep the video running. I'm going to grab some Q-tips. Edge coat this thing. So I want to keep this video going. I guess I lied by saying turn off because I found the glue on the whatchamacallit, the midsole on this video too. Maybe I'll stop and make another video because I have to do some cutting. Let's do this edge coat for now though. So edge coat, shake it up. I bought one of these off Amazon and I went and opened it and the whole thing like the seal had broken or something and the whole thing was just like one big giant blob of solidified edge coat. That was nice. So be sure you seal these things up well. So I know the shoe is technically not black. We've discussed this a few times, but it's close enough for these guys. So I'm just getting a little bit on these offending pegs that are gonna contrast with the shoe right here, just so if they do show, they don't really show, kind of thing. And this is all stuff that, I mean, even if you don't do it, I'm just doing it now because I have a feeling it's gonna happen, but you could always probably do this later. I mean, if you can see them, you can paint them, right? So if you didn't think you could see them, you get to the point where you can see them, just do like me, get a little bit of edge coat. I'm gonna hit these ones right here in the insole and the instep too, because I think those are gonna be offenders. The instep is a little tricky in terms of getting it to curve. So I'm sorry, I'm doing off camera. Just like cleaning an ear. Really just getting that in there. I mean, terribly clean, because I mean, all odds are that they probably wouldn't show anyway. But there we go. That's fine. These ones definitely shouldn't show over here. You can tear off these like little nubs that are sticking out sometimes too. They're not gonna do you any good. Like that sticking out, I need to cut that off. But I don't have main cutting tools out here. Or do I? I don't. And Dremel. I have crimp it down. Oh, there, I got it. I twisted it. It's off. Right. Those should definitely not be seen. It should be, midsole should be coming up against those, especially after, maybe not right away, not when we see, I'm not gonna see any of that. Maybe not right away, maybe not when we just glue it, but definitely when we nail it. It should be fine. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video and do another one for the gluing.